Now it's my privilege to introduce the resource person of today's program, Dr. V. Parthiban. He has completed his PhD during 2010-13 in Bharathiar University on partial differential equations under the guidance of Dr. Balachandran sir. Previously, he worked in Bannariamman Institute of Technology during the year 2013 to 15. At present, he is working in VIT, Chennai. He is the NAC coordinator, Mathematics Division, VIT, and he is also the Quiz Club coordinator. He has published papers in various national and international journals. He has received DST PURSC Fellowship and UGC BSR RFSMS Fellowship Award for his PhD. He has vast experience in the field of research and in the field of mathematical softwares like Python, C programming, Maple, MATLAB, and Mathematica. He has invited talks to his credit. Now, I request Dr. Parthiban sir to take over the session.
This is the homepage of this Mathematica. Okay, so it's a product of Wolfram. Okay, so Wolfram is the main company which has many products. They have developed many products like that. Wolfram Mathematica, Wolfram Alpha Programming Lab, Finance Platform. Like this, they have many products in them. So Wolfram is the main company. So Mathematica is one of the product of their company. Okay, and Stephen Wolfram is the CEO of this main Wolfram company. Fine. Okay. When I have started using Mathematica means around say during my research in the 2000 around 2010. Okay, it's not at that much developed. Of course, it's one of the major software which can handle symbolic calculations at that time. Not even MATLAB won't perform symbolic calculations much powerful like Mathematica. Now MATLAB also developed, but at that time Mathematica is the only one where you can perform your symbolic calculations. Okay, so at that time, okay, so from that time onwards it's developed. It's a company started around 1988. Okay, so it's around 35-36 years they have doing a very good job in mathematical calculations. The only thing is it's not free. We have the Sable from Alpha, a computational intelligence. Okay, so mainly this software is built with an integrated intelligence. Okay, so day by day whatever we are doing, it's get updated and it's learning from that things. Okay, so it's an artificial intelligence. Okay, so it's a computational intelligence. Okay, so this is a nice thing. It's also a product of Wolfram called Wolfram Alpha. They called it as a computational intelligence, where you can do your most of the calculations easy. Say for example, you no need to worry about the syntax or no need to worry about what you want. Say for example, if you want to solve some system, say solve x squared plus 4x. Say if I want, where it is. Okay, so if I want to solve x squared plus 4x plus 6 equal to 0, just give solve. No need to worry about what is the syntax to solve an equation. But in MATLAB, you need to worry what is the correct syntax. Okay, so the main advantage of the products of Wolfram are since it is an integrated system. Okay, so integrated means it's integrated with the man interaction, that intelligence, because of its artificial intelligence. Okay, so it automatically takes what we think. It automatically gives what we want to manipulate. Okay, so it will give this value. Okay, so if you want to find the derivative, no need to worry about it. Just to give derivative. Okay, so derivative of what function you need. Say if I want to find the derivative of cos of x plus 1 over x squared plus 3. Okay, so no need to worry about to declare x as an symbolic variable. In MATLAB you have to do. In MATLAB and or in any other languages, you have to define those things, whether it is a symbolic variable or which variable you have to define. Okay, but here it will automatically consider the thing and it will give you the input, and most of the time it will be correct. Okay, but sometimes it may take it in another way, but most of the times it will give you the correct answer like this. So it will give what are all the you see, just I have given derivative of cos of x plus 1 over x squared plus 3. Now it gives its derivative, its plot, its alternative forms, in what other ways you can write that functions in a series expression, the roots, the domain, the series expression at infinity, the indefinite integral of that function, what is the maximum value of that function, what is the thing. You see, lot of information just in a single input. Okay, so that much powerful. What I'm trying to emphasize here is the powerful of that Wolfram products. Okay, so not only alpha, the Mathematica what we're going to see now is also is going to be a powerful software like this. Okay, so here you can do anything. Okay, so no need to install anything, no need to worry about the thing. So automatically just give what you want. Okay, so if you want some Taylor series. Okay, so Taylor series of 1 over sine hx. You see, so the series of sine hx and its approximation. Okay, so the first approximation, second approximation, third approximation, and that what is it? The orange is the exact one. Okay, and its series representation. Okay, like that you will be getting plenty of things. Okay, so this is a nice what is it? Yes, anyone want to say something? Yes. So this is the thing I want to hear is it is most powerful. Okay. So unlike MATLAB is also powerful. Or if you take any open source like Python or Sage, they are also powerful, but they need some proper input. Okay. So we need to learn the machine language. In which language, if you give that software will understand. Okay. So we need to know that machine language, but here we don't need to worry about the machine language, right? It will automatically take what we want to find. Okay. So either Taylor series or say Fourier transform of say Fourier transform of e to the power minus x square. Okay, so it will give which is e to the power minus omega squared by 4 over square root of 2. Its thing alternative forms, trigonometric expansion, Fourier cosine transform for the even part. Okay, so like that. Okay. So these kind of things are integrated in Wolfram products. Okay, so and one more product of Wolfram is I will show one more product. So this Wolfram alpha is one of the product of Wolfram, and another product is say Wolfram demonstration. Okay, so this Wolfram demonstration project, demonstration.wolfram.com. You see, here you can browse through the topics and say I will browse through a topic. Okay, let me choose a topic. Of course, it's listed. Plenty of topics has been listed. I will choose one of the things. Say, let me choose calculus, the differential equations. Yes. Here you see these are all some of the demonstrations. Demonstrations means say if you want to explain something to the students or if you want to understand something. Okay, so we need a nice demonstration, nice pictorial representation, nice graphical representations of those things. Okay, so this is the place where you can find that kind of demonstration. Say for example, say if you want to visualize which problem shall we take? Okay, I will take an famous problem so that everyone can understand what it is given. Okay, so I will take mass spring system. I will search and take. Yeah. So spring mass damping system. Okay. Yes, I will zoom in a little bit. Okay, so it's an example of spring mass damping system. So it is a demonstration for this differential equation. Okay, so where it is the differential equation. Okay, I have to download and show. So that differential equations has these parameters, my m1, m2, k1. So these are all the parameters available in that differential equation. So you can change these parameters. Okay, you can change once if I download means I can change the parameters so that you can understand what that exactly that mass spring system is. Okay, so here you see it's working. You can change the things. You can change the stiffness. Okay, you can change the initial conditions, everything. You can change what is the force 1, what is the force 2, and you can see how these two masses are going to move upward and backward. Okay, if and you can verify. Okay, so if I change this force, what is happening to the system? If I change this force, what is happening to the system? If I change the velocity of this m1, what is happening? If I change the velocity of m2, what is happening? Like that, we can easily understand differential equation. For example, here I have taken a differential equation, so you can understand the properties of a system in a pictorial way. Okay, in a graphical way. Okay, so these things are written in Mathematica, and if you download, you can open it in Mathematica, and you can visualize these things. Okay, so there is an plenty of demonstrations like that. As I saw, this is one of the thing, but we're having plenty of demonstrations. You see, for spring mass system itself, we are having plenty of demonstrations. So these things, as a faculty, this will be very much helpful for you to demonstrate what you are going to teach to the students, instead of just taking the equations and solving them. If you show at least one demonstrations or two demonstrations, the students will understand it easily. Okay, the one of the best way is to create a model and to show for a better understanding, but it's not possible always to create a physical model. Maybe it is possible for one or two things, but it's not always easy to create a physical model and to demonstrate to the students. So we need some virtual way to demonstrate those things. Okay, and this is one of the nice things. Okay, so these are all some of the, what do you say, some of the Wolfram products. This is also, this demonstration project is also one of the Wolfram product. That Wolfram Alpha is also a product of Wolfram. Say these are all very much powerful and very much useful as a faculty, as a student. Okay, so as a mathematician in general, as a mathematician, this will be very much helpful. Okay, and if you want to know what you mean by an actual artificial intelligence or a machine learning as a mathematician point of view, you can see the videos of Stephen Wolfram. Okay, in the YouTube, just type Stephen Wolfram, you will be getting a lot of videos, lot of hits videos. Okay, so where he talk about how we managed, how we integrated this machine language and artificial intelligence into a mathematical software, and how it is successful. Okay, so just log into the page of Stephen Wolfram and hear those videos. You will be, it is a nice experience. Okay, so hearing those things as a mathematician, it's a nice experience to hear his views. He is actually a physicist. Stephen Wolfram is a physicist, and he created this one, and it's a nice thing. Okay, so if you have time, just listen to his videos. Okay, okay, so now let us come to our thing. The aim or the flow of today's workshop is to introduce Mathematica. Okay, so those who are not having Mathematica at you, you can work of Mathematica online. Okay, so just type Mathematica online. Okay, type Mathematica online. So we will be getting Wolfram Mathematica online. Bring Mathematica to life. Log into this page, Wolfram Mathematica online. Okay, of course it's not free, you have to pay, but a basic version. Okay, with some time limits, you can use this Mathematica online free. Okay, so if you want to do a sign in, I request everyone to sign in so that you can enjoy what I am going to show. Okay, so I am having an account, so I can sign in, but if I'm not having an account, please sign up. My basic plan is free. Okay, basic plan is free, so sign up. Okay, so create this one, an email id. You can supply your email id, either it's an institutional or a Gmail or a Hotmail, anything. An email id with your name and a password, everything. Okay, I'm having already having an account, so I'm signing in my account. Others, please create your account. Okay, so it will take to wolframcloud.com. Okay, so this is you will be end up with this page, Wolfram Cloud. Of course, I already worked with some of the files. Those files are here, but when you're opening for the first time, you won't have these files. So I will give some 2 to 3 minutes. Kindly sign up and end up with this page. Of course, we are logging to a basic plan where you can work with some basic commands. And if you want to use the full powerful of Mathematica, you have to upgrade. I have to buy the license from them, but it's not necessary. As a faculty, as a student, you don't want to upgrade yourself. Okay, so that basic plan itself will do what are all the things you want to do. Okay, but if you want to do some research, or if you want to do some some big data analytics, you need to upgrade. But just try, and if you are interested, upgrade yourself. Okay, so create a new notebook. Of course, it has taken to the next window. Whether that window has been shared, which one is visible to you? That Wolfram Cloud page, or a place where you can type your program. Say I have typed x equal to 3. Which is visible to you?
X is equal to 3 is visible now.
Text page, sir. Text page, sir.
X equal to 3. Okay, so I think that x equal to 3 page is visible. Okay, fine. Okay, so has everyone has come to this page, or need some time to log in? Yes.
Yes, sir, we can proceed.
Yes, thank you. So what are the things what I'm going to work now? You can work it here. Okay, so you can start working. Say for example, say 3 plus 2. Okay, so you'll be getting the answer as 5. The only thing is you have to use shift enter. Okay, so everything here, it will be considered as a cell. Say if you want to perform some group of operations, say x equal to 3, then you want another line to that one, say y equal to 4, and say z equal to x plus y. Okay, so if this is the thing, means and if this is everything will be considered as a one cell. And if you want to evaluate all these cells in a single thing, means you have to make a shift enter. Okay, press shift enter, so it will gives you the answer 3, 4, and 7. Okay, so that in 1 out 1, in 2 out 2, out 3 out 4, or in means input, out means output, and the number for that one. Okay, so input 1, output 1, input 2, output 2, output 3, output 4, like that. Okay, so whatever you are doing, have to make an shift enter. Okay, okay, so I will navigate from this window to the Mathematica what I have installed, because I have installed Mathematica in my system. So I will take that one. Of course, both will be same. Some features will be missing here. Okay, so like here, some features will be missing in the menu part. So I'm moving that. But what are the things I'm doing there? You can work it out here also. Okay. Yes. Okay, so the same thing. You will be also having a plus here. Okay, and the menu will be a little bit different. Okay, so what why I have navigator here is here I'm having an thing called palette. Okay, so this palette will be missing in the online thing. Okay, so this palette means you see you'll be getting this. Just a click in a click you will be getting all these. Oh, that palette is not visible to you, I think. It's opening in another window, so I think it's not visible to you here in the right hand side. At right hand, I think then I have to share my entire screen. Okay, so this palette. Okay, so it has some basic commands like integrations, differentiation, 2D, 3D plots. Okay, here you see some functions, calculus part, matrix part, list, 2D, 3D. So this is a nice palette. This palette will be missing in the online thing. Okay, and an advanced thing, sine, cosine. Okay, so to use this palette, I have came here, but when I click also, it will be end up with an command. You can use that command. Okay. Okay, so to this purpose only, I have came to this Mathematica installed version. Okay. How to use what is this plus? Okay, so if you click this plus, just click that plus, what you are getting? Whether my presentation is moving? Hello?
Yes, now it's moving, sir.
Now it's moving. I think something is missing. So just click on that plus, what it has been shown to you. Click on that plus. You will be getting that Wolfram language input, freeform input.
Yes, that's
yeah, Wolfram alpha query. Yeah, I think it's a separate window. When I click that one, it's a separate window. I think that window is not visible to you. Okay, so these are all some different types of input available in Mathematica. Okay, so that Wolfram language input, just click on that plus and you can see that one. Click on that Wolfram language input. Okay, so it means that you are going to type exact coding. Okay, so if it is Wolfram language input means you are going to type exact coding. And some free from input. Okay, so free from input means no need to worry about that alpha query or a free from input. No need to worry about the syntaxes. Okay, so for example, click on that free from input. Okay, so you will be getting an equal to sign here. You will be getting an equal to sign. You can type what you want to do. Okay, so for example, if you want to find the derivative, no need to worry about the syntaxes. Just type derivative of x squared. Okay, make and shift enter. Okay, so if you make a shift enter, so it will show what is the command also. Okay, so this is the exact command in Mathematica to find the derivative d of x squared comma x. Okay, so when I type this derivative of x squared, it recognizes that the user want to find the derivative of this function. So it automatically converted into the Mathematical language, d of x squared comma x, and it gives the output. Okay, so if you want to select, you can select. So this is the Mathematica output, d of x squared comma x is the Mathematica output. Whereas if you make an free form means you can type whatever and you can get the answer. Okay, similarly, say if you want to say find the Taylor series. Okay, so Taylor series of say sine of x. Okay, make and shift enter, so it will automatically recognize that you want to find the series. Okay, so this is the what do you say, exact Mathematica command. Okay, Okay, so this series of sin x comma x 0 to 5, this is the exact mathematical command to find out the Taylor series. Okay, so if you want to say change the domain, change the domain, you can change it here. Okay, so series of sin of x varies from say 0 to 10. Okay, you can change. Okay, so it will gives order up to 10th order. Okay, and another interesting thing is, yes, suggest you just input a function. Okay, so in a free form input a function, just input sin of x. Okay, it will show some basic things. You say if you want, it will ask the user whether you want to plot this function, or if you want to find the derivative of that function, or if you want to find the integral of that function, or if you want to change into an exponential form, or some more things. If you click more, what are all the things available for evaluating that sin x. Okay, so either if you want to calculate some inverse function of one, or derivative, or integral, or if you want to find the maximum or minimum. So if you want, you can choose the what is it, local maximum, local minimum, function interpolation, plotting, zeros. So these are all the things available for this function. Okay, so if you want to calculate inverse function, just to click on that inverse function. So inverse function of x comma sin x, it will give you what is your answer. Okay, and again for this function pi minus arc sine means sine inverse. So pi minus sine inverse of x. So if you want to calculate the zeros, just click on the zeros. So you'll be getting, so no zeros for that thing. Okay, so like that you can okay, this is somewhat very user friendly. Okay, so it's very user friendly. So just the thing is, you want to know what you want to do. Say for example, if you want to calculate eigenvalues of a matrix. Okay, let's say equal to, so let me give a matrix. Say I want to calculate eigenvalues of say I am going to type a matrix 1 comma 2 comma 3 4 comma 5 comma 6. Okay, make a shift enter. So it will calculate eigenvalues. Exact command in Mathematica to find the eigenvalues is eigenvalues. You have to use this bracket. So this is the way of inputting a matrix. Okay, so this one, this square bracket. So that is the way of inputting a matrix. So it will give the thing. Okay, so this is called as a free form input. Okay, this is called as a free form input. And another input here is Wolfram Alpha query. Okay, so Wolfram Alpha query, which needs internet. Okay, so it won't works without internet. It needs an internet. Okay, so where it will take the resources from the internet and it will give you. Okay, say for example, if you want to know the population, say population of India. So it will fetch from the internet. Okay, so it will fetch from the internet and it will gives. Okay, yeah, it will give the entire detail of that one. Say world second rank in the population with a quantity of 1.37 billion people. Okay, and it how it grows, population density. Okay, what is the population growth by here, life thing, median age, the graphs, and largest cities. Okay, so these are all the largest cities and these are the comparisons. Of course, these things are taken from the internet. Okay, so for to use this future, you need internet. Although if your Mathematica is installed, if you want to use this say Wolfram Alpha query, which is obtained by double equal to, okay, or plus that, click that plus and have this thing. Okay, you can have anything, whatever the thing which are available in the internet, it will take. Say for example, if you want say map of Coimbatore, let me try. I don't know whether it will give us or not. Yeah, assuming Coimbatore is a city, it gives the map of Coimbatore. Okay, so that's why it's called as an intelligence, computational intelligence. Okay, so whatever you want to find, it will fetch from the internet, it will manipulate the things and it will gives you. It's nice. It gives. Okay, so if you want to know the say distance between two cities, okay, let me use that alpha query. Say distance between Chennai and Bangalore. Yes. So it's 294.3 kilometers. It's miles, kilometers, meters. So if you go by an aircraft which flies at 550 miles per hour, you will be taking 20 minutes. Sound, fiber, vacuum, 1 millisecond. Okay, and this is the graph from where to where you are going. Okay, so it gives nice things. Okay, so this is more advanced and it needs internet to work out, and it will, if you want to do something, just it's just like your Google. Okay, so how Google what do you say, it's the Google having their own artificial intelligence code, and Mathematica is having its own artificial intelligence code, and this is what do you say, more mathematical thing. Okay, so Mathematica is more mathematical than Google will fetch everything, whatever you ask it will fetch the thing, but here it will calculate, it will try to give precisely what you want. Okay. Okay, so you can use either that Wolfram language input or freeform input or Wolfram alpha query. Okay, now you can do the thing. Okay, so let me try something. So information about okay, let me try. I don't know whether it will give or not. It's just going to be a try. Don't know how to interrupt your input. Okay, so it's not okay. It don't know. It can't understand what is that VIT university, so no information is given. Okay, so but general things like let's say from Chennai to Bangalore, some this kind of things are available. Okay. Okay. So with this introduction, of course, this is an what is a mere introduction about Mathematica, how to input your things. Okay, so the one thing is Wolfram language input. Okay, so if you click that plus, the first one, Wolfram language input, where you have to type the exact command. Okay, so there you cannot type like this. Okay, so what is the distance between say Delhi and Bangalore? You can't type like that in Wolfram language input. Okay, so you need to type the exact coding. Whereas in free form input, you can type the thing, and it will understand that mathematical thing, and it will do, but it won't fetch any information from the internet, and it will give. But if you give that Wolfram alpha query, it will fetch from the internet, and it will gives you the answer. Okay, so these are all the three basic inputs of Mathematica. Okay, and another thing is that the palette window, as I shown previously, now it's not visible because it's a separate window. I have shared only this Mathematica window, so it's not visible here. So that palette will be helpful for doing most of your things. Okay, so either you have to find what you say, derivatives or integrations or matrix calculations, everything you can done here. Okay, and another important thing is you can write your own paper. Say if you want to write a paper, like you will be using LaTeX or you will be using word processor. This Mathematica can be used as like that also. It can be used as a word processor, right? You can write your own documents here. With the help of this Mathematica, you can insert mathematical kind of things inside. Okay, so that can be done. Say file new. I think again it's not visible. It's a separate. It's everything is a separate window, so it's not visible. But I'm moving there. There are different files are available, which is notebook. Okay, so if you click in your file, I think it will be visible. 1 minute, I will check whether it is there or not. Yeah, if you click on that file, you are getting only few things. One is new notebook and alpha mode notebook. Only two things are visible to you. But if you installed Mathematica, what are all the things you will be getting is you will be having programming notebook. You will be having package you will be having a presenter notebook. Okay, you will be having a alpha mode presenter notebook. Okay, so those presenter notebooks are very much helpful for creating presentations. For example, if you want to create a presentation for your students, say if you want to take a class about Taylor series, okay, so you can write your notes directly here. You can write your notes directly here, and you can insert the Mathematica commands to create or what you say, to plot your Taylor series, to explain your Taylor series directly here, and it is very helpful for you to demonstration. Okay, and there is another thing called to create a demonstration project also, that is also available. Okay, so if you install Mathematica, you might be getting that thing. You can create an demonstration project also. As I said before, in that Wolfram demonstration project, there are plenty of demonstrations also, no? So if you are having an idea of creating a demonstrations, you are allowed to create that kind of demonstrations and you can upload it there. Okay, so the demonstrations also you can create. Okay, so that can be done under the file section. Of course, it's all these things are not available in the cloud platform, but once you install, it is available. Okay. Okay, so we will discuss some of the what do you say, some basic things like plotting, some calculus part, like that. Okay, so I will start with plotting. 1 minute, I will take the plotting things. Yes. Okay, so I will start with how to plot something on the Mathematica. Okay. Please hold on for a minute. I'm not getting the thing. 1 minute. Yes. Okay. So let me start with an 2D graph. Okay, how to plot a 2D graph. Of course, if you are using this free from input, no problem, no need to worry about the syntax. But if you are using this language input, you need to perfectly type the syntax. Okay, so I'm going to, from now onwards, I'm going to use Wolfram language input. Okay, so all the commands in Mathematica will start in capital letter. Okay, so there is no small letters, everything will start with capital letter. Okay, so to plot something, plot. Okay, so it will display. Okay, so here it is not displaying, but if you type in, it will display for you what are all the options for. Okay, so just try it in your online thing. Okay, so just type plot with capital P. It will display what are all the options like a plot, plot 3D, plot range, plot style, plot label. Like what are all the commands starts with what will be visible. Okay, so choose that plot. Okay, if you choose that plot, it will show what are all the options. What is the general syntax of that plot? So the general syntax of plot is plot f comma x min comma x max. Okay, so this is your command to plot the. Okay, so here it is not visible. Again, I'm saying here when I type plot, some options are showing, but it is not visible to you, I think. So kindly you try yourself. Okay. Or 1 minute, I will also, instead of working in Mathematica, installed Mathematica, I will also do the online platform so that we will be working the same thing. Yes, so from language input. So click that plot. Okay, so let me zoom a little bit. Okay, so if you click that plot, sorry, yeah, it shows. You see plot 3D plus play like that. Okay, so click on that plot, so it will be plot. And if you want to know what is the general syntax of this plot, click this double arrow. Okay, it says plot of f comma x comma x min comma x max. So this is the general command to plot a function for the variable x from minimum to maximum. Okay, so if you want to plot several function, you have to use like this. Okay, so we'll do one by one. First one, if you want to use this function, click on that thing, so it will show plot f x x min and x max. So if you want to plot sin x, as I said, everything will be stored in caps. Okay, and the bracket we will be using in Mathematica is a square bracket. Okay, in MATLAB we will be using round brackets, but in Mathematica it is a square bracket. Okay, so sin of x, and I am plotting for the variable x, minimum value from 0 to say 2 pi. Okay, so 2, say if you just leave a space here, it will be taken as a multiplication. In MATLAB you have to use the code star to say it is a multiplication, but just if you leave a space here, it will be taken as a multiplication. Okay, so which means that x varies from 0 to 2 pi. But if you type the same thing in MATLAB, it will consider that 2 pi as another variable. Okay, it won't consider as multiplication of 2 and pi, it will be considered as a variable. But in Mathematica, it will be considered as a product of 2 and pi. Okay, and that sin x, s should be in the caps. Okay, make a shift enter, don't forget to make a shift enter. Okay, it's not a mission sized real value. I think 1 minute. What is the error? I think its pi is not available. Okay, so for pi, p should be caps. I forgot. As I said, everything should be starts from capital P. So if I want, yes, 0 to 2 pi, that p should be capital. Previously, I have given p as a small letter. All the commands in Mathematica starts with the capital. Okay, so it's from 0 to 2 pi. And nice thing about here is you see you can okay, so if you are doing in an installed version of Mathematica, what you can do is you can click on this graph. Okay, so here you won't get, but if you click the graph, means it will show the points. Okay, so if you double click the means, if it will show the points, so that you can move the graph, you can remove 1 point or 2 point, and you can make an interpolation with those points. There will be more options in an installed version, but here it is restricted. Okay, so this is how you can also plot a log plot. Okay, so because if you're dealing with heavy number of means large data, okay, you need a log plot instead of just a plot. You need a log plot, and if you don't know how to use a log plot, you can use that free from. Okay, so just type a log plot of x power x. Okay, give the thing, make a shift enter, don't forget to make a shift enter, so it will give us a log plot of x power x. Okay, and exact syntax is log, you see it gives log plot. And what is the way to use log plot of f comma x min comma x max? Okay, if I want to say it's just nothing but 2 sine t, right? Say 2 sine of t comma 2 cos of t. Okay, so this is the parametric representation of a circle, right? So if you don't know the syntax, just use that preform and plot that one parametric plot of 2 sine t comma 2 cos t. You will be getting the thing. the exact coding. Okay, so we'll be getting a circle. But if you know the exact coding of the parametric plot is parametric plot. Okay, say para. Okay, so parametric plot. Click this parametric plot. So if you want to know about this parametric plot, click this double-sided arrow. So this is the general syntax: parametric plot of fx comma fy. This is the variable. U is your variable. So u minimum and u maximum. So fx is 2 sine. S should be caps. Okay, sine t. 2 cos t. Okay, so not this bracket. Since I used with MATLAB, I'm using this bracket, but this is not the bracket. One minute. I will start from the first. So I need a parametric plot. Click that one. Parametric plot of 2 sine t, 2 cos t. So here the parameter is t, and the minimum, let me plot from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, so if I plot from 0 to pi, then it is a semicircle. So let me plot from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, so 2 space, you can use space. Okay, space is for multiplication. Okay, so parametric plot of 2 sine t and 2 cos t. So if I plot up to from 0 to pi, you will be getting a semicircle. Okay, so this is the parametric plot of 0 to pi. Like that you can make a parametric plot. And if you want to add more number of graphs in a single window, okay, so just click plot. It will give you the plot, and if you click that one, you can see plot of f1 comma f2. Okay, so if you want to plot several functions, okay, say f1 f2. Say if I want to plot sin x and cos x in the same graph, okay, so use this one. Say sine of x, say, and cos of x. If you have more number of functions, means you can add it here, but I'm going to plot only 2 functions, so sin x and cos x, and the variable to plot is x from 0 to, say, from 0 to 2 pi, from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, so plot sin x cos x from 0 to 2 pi. It will plot both the things. Okay, so in an installed version in a cloud platform, if you want to change the colors, means you have to give it in the coding itself. Okay, have to give it in the coding itself. But if it is an installed version, just by clicking on that one, you can change the colors, you can move the graph, what do you say, you can give the what do you say, the background of these things, the legends, everything can be added by right clicking that graph, but here you can't do. Okay, so if you want to make some region, okay, so instead of equal to, if you want to plot a region, say for example, if I want to plot x squared plus y squared less than or equal to 6, okay, so plot x squared plus y squared less than or equal to 6. Okay, so which means that it's a region, it's not a single line. If it is x squared plus y squared equal to 6, it's a single line, but this x squared plus y squared less than or equal to 6 is a region. You can allow to plot this kind of regions also. Okay, as I said, if you know the exact thing, type, or otherwise give it in the what do you say, what I'm getting, I think I'm getting something. Plot okay, so it should be region plot. Okay, so it should be region plot. There also I should might have given like that, region plot. Okay, region plot, click on that one. Okay, so I want to plot say x squared plus y squared less than or equal to 6, right? Less than or equal to 6, and the minimum, this is the domain of your x and y. Okay, so x varies from 0 to 4. Y is positive. Just let me give y is positive. Okay, it should be of minimum and maximum only. Okay, so y varies from say 0 to 10. Okay, so this is your region plot. Okay, x squared plus y squared is less than or equal to 6, and x varies from 0 to, okay, so it is less than 6 means the maximum value of x will take only around 3. So let me restrict this also to 3, and this one also to 3, so that you will be getting a first quadrant of a circle. Like that you can plot a region. Okay, instead of just plotting a line, you can plot a region. Okay, and if you want to plot a polar plot, okay, so if you want to do some polar plot, then that can be done. Type polar, you will be getting a polar plot. Okay, or theta minimum and theta maximum. Okay, I don't want to explain what is a polar plot. So if you are interested in plotting an polar thing, okay, say polar of which function shall we take? Okay, so we shall take some sine 3t. Okay, some sine of 3 star t, because again and again I'm making mistake of using that round bracket. It should be square bracket. Okay, sine 3t, and t varies from, okay, so here my variable is t, varies from 0 to 2 pi. You can give an space, you can use like this. Okay, so now this is the polar plot of your sine 3t. Okay, so like that you can plot your polar things. Okay, and say if I want to plot say a graph and its derivative. Okay, say graph and a derivative. So plot, how you can give x cube and its derivative. Okay, since this is a free form, you can type whatever you wish. Okay, so plot x cube and its derivative. Okay, so 3 is not a variable. It shows, it means that I think I have given x as some numbers previously. So let me give another thing. Plot say y squared plus 4 and its derivative. The domain, I think I have fixed the domains. I have given the variables x and y. I think previously I have given the values of x and y. I think so. Let me give some other variable instead of this one. I think let me give some f squared. Yes. Okay, so now this is your f squared, means x and y have already defined the thing, so it takes some values. Okay, so you have to clear those variables and then you have to use. So I have used another variable called f. So this is your f squared plus 4 and its derivative is 2f. Okay, so like that you can. So the exact command to do this one is plot. Okay, so plot two graphs. Okay, I want to plot say sine of x and its derivative. Okay, so the derivative is obtained say how to do the derivative is d of sine of x. D of sine of x. Okay, so d is the command in Mathematica to find the derivative of a function. Okay, so x varies from 0 to 2 pi. Where is that cos x? D of sine x should be cos x. Okay. While doing the calculus part, let me check what is the error. Okay, so like this you can plot the things. And I will show some of the 3D plots, okay, because that may be a nice way to end up with the plot sections. Okay, so if you're having a multivariable function, say sine of xy, okay, so how to plot? Plot 3D. Okay, so plot 3D. Choose this plot 3D. Click on this one. So you can choose the function. Say sine of x. You can give a space. No need to use that multiplication symbol star here in Mathematica, because if you leave a space, it will automatically considered as a product. Okay, so sine of x comma y, and x varies from 0 to pi, and y also varies from 0. Y also varies from 0 to pi. Okay, so it will give you an 3D plot of sine of xy. Okay, again, because this is online, the additional features are not here, but if you work in the installed version of this Mathematica, you will be getting option to rotate. Okay, so here also I am able to rotate the thing. So you can rotate your figures, and there are plenty of options are there. Okay, so in that you can change the color map, everything. Okay, so like this you can make an 3D plot 3D. Not only plot 3D, you can make an what do you say, the vectors. You can plot your vectors also. Okay, so to plot your vectors, type vector plot. Okay, so vector plot. And if you want to know about this function, click on this one. So vector plot of vx comma vy. What is your x and what is your y? Okay, say an example of vector plot is, let me give a sine of xy, sine of x y. Okay, so this is nothing but product of x and y, and the cos of xy. Okay, and minimum value of x is, so let me take it from 0 to pi, and take this y also from 0 to pi. Yes, and now this will gives you the vector plot of this one, a nice vector plot. How you are means this is nothing but sine xyi plus cos xyj in classical notations. If you are using in terms of I and j, mostly in Indian authors books it will be represented like that: sine xyi plus cos xyj. Okay, so we are plotting that vector. Okay, so here is the vector of that function, vector field of that function, sine xyi plus cos xyj. Say if you want to plot a 3D, okay, so 3D vector. So let me plot a 3D position vector. Okay, so vector plot, here it is, vector plot 3D. Click on this thing. Okay. Say xi plus yj plus zk, which is the parameter, which is the position vector, 3D position vector, xi comma yj plus zk. Okay, so x varies from 0 to 2, y varies from 0 to 2, and z varies from 0 to 2. So if you click, you will be getting the 3D vector plot. Okay, so 0 to 2, 0 to 2. Okay, so this is your 3D vector plot. Again, we are not getting options, more number of options here. Okay, the only options we are getting here is we can rotate that one, but in offline Mathematica, we'll be having a lot of options. Okay. Fine. And you can also make a stream plot. So if you are having if you are interested in fluid dynamics, and if you want to explain your students about what is a stream plot, how we are the flow of an water or flow of an air following a function. Okay, so that can be done with the help of stream plot. Okay, so stream plot is okay. So stream plot. Click that one. Okay, so we can use the same function. Yes, I will copy and paste the same function. Okay, so now this is your stream plot. This will gives a nice idea how the flow is going. Okay, so there is a difference between a vector plot. Okay, so both are same. This vector plot and stream plot are both are same, but you see it's a nice representation. Okay, so if we are talking about a flow, instead of this one, the stream plot will give you a nice idea how the flow is. Okay, so either that flow may be an magnetic lines of force or some fluid flow, anything. It will give a nice representation of that one. So, and that can be done with the help of stream plot. Okay. Moreover, you can draw graph also if you are a graph theory person, and if you want to draw a graph. Okay, so graph. Okay, like that graph and nodes and edges. Okay, say I am having a graph with 4 nodes. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 4 nodes, and say one is mapped to 2, 2 is mapped to 3. Okay, so how to give that one is okay, so 1 is mapped to 2. Okay, so 1 is mapped to 2, 2 is mapped to 3, 3 is mapped to 4. Okay, and again 3 is mapped to 3 to 1. Okay, let me try. Okay, it's not coming. It is considered as an 1 minus 2. I have to use the command 1 escape. The command in okay, so in installed version it is different. If you click that escape and thing will come, but here when I click escape it is coming different. When I click escape means here it is coming like that, no? So instead of like that, you will be getting an arrow. or let me choose arrow from the palette. Okay, so if it is the installed one, you can choose a thing from the palette. Here it is. Okay, undirected edge. You can choose from here. Okay, so one is to 2, comma, one is undirected to 3, 2 is directed to 3, 2 is directed to 3. Okay, so let me plot this graph. Okay, so now this is the graph. Okay, and if you want a directed graph,
yeah, and we can use arrow, right?
yes, if it is a directed graph, you can use the arrow.
Yeah.
It is an undirected graph, so if you want to use the directed graph, you can use the arrows and you can plot the thing. Okay, so like
Sir, is it possible to bring palette in the online version?
no, in online version it is not there. In online version you won't get that palette. These basic commands are available, these basic special characters are available, but in the online you will have a nice palette where you can just plug and play with everything.
Okay.
But here you can do that one, some simple things like a directed graph, undirected graph, using these things. Okay, so now you can create a graph and you can export the things. Okay, so with this plot, I will move on to some of the calculus section. Okay, so we'll do some calculus part, means say the derivatives, integrals, solving differential equations, etc. Okay, so the first one is the derivative. Okay, so if you don't know what is the exact command for the derivative, then you just give derivative of in the free form input. Okay, in the free form input, find derivative of say x squared. Okay, so it gives you the 2x. Okay, so but the exact command is d. Okay, so d of, okay, so if you want to know how to use the d of f comma x gives the derivative with respect to x. D of f comma x comma n means you can supply your function here for which variable and for the derivative. Okay, so if you want fourth derivative or fifth derivative, you can supply the number of derivative here. Okay, gives the partial derivatives. Say if you have a function which depends upon x and y, and if you want a derivative with respect to x and then with the derivative with respect to y. Okay, so then this will give you the thing. Okay, so like that you can find more number of options are here. Okay, so as the simplest thing, let me give sine of x. Okay, so let it be sine of xy. You see, it's not xy as a single variable. I have given a space between x and y, which means that x and y are multiplied. Okay, and I want a derivative. Okay, so instead of sine of xy, let me take it as an sine x cos y. Okay, so you can give it as an x, which means that the derivative of sine x cos x with respect to x, yes, which is cos x cos y. So if you want a derivative with respect to y, change that one to y. Yes, this will give you minus sine x minus cos y. Okay, so like that you can find the derivative. Okay, and the integral, right? Whenever you do a differentiation, we will try to find what is the integral. So integral, okay, integrate. Okay, so integrate, and if you want to know, click that one. So integrate of f comma x. This will give you an value of indefinite integral f comma dx. Okay, and if you want a definite integral, then f comma x minimum comma x maximum. This will give you an integration of an f from x minimum to x maximum. Say, let me try this one. Say I want to integrate log of x with respect to x. Okay, so just minus x plus x log x. Okay. Say if you want to do an definite integral, say integrate sine of x comma x the from 0 to pi. Okay. No. One minute, I think I have made a mistake. I missed that this bracket. Okay, so that's why. So we have to very careful when we are not giving when we are giving the exact thing. Okay, if you are using free form means no problem. It will understand and it will take. But if you are giving exact thing means you have to very careful. Okay, so now this is the value 2. Okay, so I don't know what it has been interpreted here. Integrate of sine x comma 0 comma pi. I don't know what it is interpreted here. Okay, but if you are giving free form input, then no problem. Integrate. No need to worry about that capital or something like that. Okay, so integrate sine x from 0 to pi. It will give you the answer as k. Okay, so like that you can make an integral. And if you want to solve the equation, okay, so if you want to solve the equation, so for example, okay, so I will use solve command directly. Solve. So how to use that solve? Expression for which variable? That is the general syntax of solve command. Okay, so I want to solve, say, x squared plus 2x plus 3. Let's see if I want to solve this one for the variable x. I think again I made a mistake. Sorry, I think I should have think. 3 plus 2x plus x squared is not a quantified equation or inequality. Okay, so it is equal to 0. If it is just only 1 equal to, which means that 0 will be assigned to that thing. If it is equal to, you have to give it as an equal to. So x squared plus 2x plus 3 equal to 0. So the roots are -1 minus I root 2 minus 1 plus I root 2. So this is the thing. So you can solve any system, say a complicated thing like solve say x plus exp exp of x equal to, say, of 1/2 for the variable x. Okay, so this is your root. Inverse functions are being used to solve, so some solution may not be found. So as I said, this one is not having any real solution, so it gives an solution like this: 1/2 minus direct thing. It takes the logarithm and it will gives the answer. Okay, so of course both are equations only. This is also not a solution. Say they take the logarithm of that one and gives the answer. Okay. Okay, so this is the derivative integrals thing. Next, what we will do, so we are having around some 20 more minutes. So we will do another interesting thing, which is called manipulate. Okay, so manipulate is a nice thing to work with the Mathematica. Okay, so I will do that manipulate. How to manipulate things. Manipulate means this will be very useful when you are preparing some demonstration or when you are doing some presentation for your students. Okay, so I will take that manipulate thing. Yes. Okay. So plot of sin x zero comma say 2 pi it just gives you the plot of sin x, right? It will just give you the plot of sin x, and you are not having any control on this function. You can't control this graph. Okay, so manipulate means it will give you a control. Okay, so to manipulate that thing. Okay, so an example is say plot sign of, I'm giving an control for that one. Say let the frequency. Okay, so let me give w as a frequency. Okay, so w star x. Okay, so now w is an frequency, and I may take that w as a control for this graph. Okay, so here x varies from 0 to 2 pi, and that control, okay, so that control varies from w. So let me take 1 comma 5. Okay, now w is the what is a control. I may take that as a control. Okay, okay, so before that one I have to use the command called manipulate. I have to use the command called manipulate. Okay, so manipulate of this graph. So manipulate of sine omega x, where omega is the frequency, and of course I have taken that as a control variable. You see, now you can control this graph, or you can change according to, you can change this w, you can change the frequency. Okay, just by, so this will create a slider where you can change the frequencies. So you see, you can add the thing. Okay, you can control like that. So like that, you can create a slider. You can use this slider as a controller of this graph, which can be done with the help of manipulate command. Okay, and with this help of manipulate, you can create many things. Say for example, okay, so manipulate of plot of a sine of frequency plus phase. Okay, so frequency varies from 1 to 5 and phase is from 1 to 5, and there are two controls. Frequency is one control and phase is another control. Okay, x is the independent variable. So if I plot, you see, I'll get it two things. One is frequency. I can control the frequency of this sine x graph, and I can control the phase of this one. Okay, so this is the phase, and this is your frequency change. So these things will be helpful when you are creating a demonstration. Like if you want to explain about what is the sine x, okay, it's a sine of ax plus b. You can say what is the use of that a, what is the use of that b, what is that a. A is nothing but a frequency, b is nothing but a phase. So it will be helpful to explain. Okay, so in this way you can create a slider. Okay, and next is you can create buttons. Okay, say like this. I will copy and paste from a book. It may be difficult for you to type. Sorry. Okay, so manipulate frequency a function. Okay, so instead of say which function, I have given the function sine, cos, and tan. Okay, so here it will take it from here, sine, cos, and tan. Okay, so I will execute and show you. Okay, so here you see, you can choose, you can plot either sine function or cos function. So if you click this cos function will come. If you click this tan, the tan function will come. So you can create buttons. Okay, so like this. So plot of function. So this function will be taken from this, either as a sine or a cos or a tan. Okay, so this will create a buttons. Okay, and here is your frequency, what we did in the last example, frequency and phase. Okay, so tan function. So if you want, you can change it as a cos function. And you can change the frequency. You can make it as a drop down box also. Okay, so instead of buttons, you can make an drop down box. Okay, so if the number of items are more, it will automatically taken as a drop down box. Yes, functions, the different functions, sine, cos, tan, cosecant, secant, cot, all functions. So if the functions are more, what will happen means automatically it will take us an drop down box. So here it is only three functions. Of course, the codings are same. Here it is three functions, so it is taken as an buttons. So if the items are more, it will automatically as a drop down box: sine, cos, tan, cosecant, secant, and cot. Of course, everything is under the manipulate. Okay, so manipulate these things. Okay, so from this you can choose the function, secant function. So this is the graph of secant. You can change the frequency of that secant function. You can change the phase of that secant function. So like this. You can make it as an say radio button also. If you want that control type to be a radio button, that also you can do. Okay, by specifically you can give it as a radio button. Okay, so manipulate. The frequency is a control on here, phase is another control, and this function, the different functions, but the control type is a radio button bar. It's not coming. Okay, I have copied from there. That's the thing. This command works in that offline thing. Okay. Here it will be as a radio buttons, like a true or false. That kind of buttons will be here, but it's not working here. Okay, so let me remove that control type. If it is not working, or did I miss anything? No, I have copied fully, but it's not working. Here it is not working. That's it. Okay, so with this we can do some plenty of things. So I will show one more example of this manipulate command. Manipulate of expand a plus b power n. Okay, a plus b power n, and n varies from 0 to 10 with an increment of 1. Okay, so if I execute things, you see this is when n equal to 2. Okay, this is n equal to 2. When n equal to 3, it is a cubed plus 3a squared b. So this is an a plus b whole power n formula. So for 4, for 5, for 6, say for 7, 8. So to increase in an integer, okay. So if it is not an integer, then it is different case. So I have to increase the slider by an integer. So I have given the increment as 1. Okay, power 9, and this is power 10. Okay, so this will gives you the formula. Like this, you can what do you say? Creatively use this manipulate command for your demonstrations. Okay. And another thing what we can do, so we are having some 45 minutes more. Okay, so I will show where you have to look for the documentation of this one. Okay, okay, so go on to this Wolfram Mathematica Modern Technical Computing. Here you see learning and support. Click on that learning and support. You will be getting Wolfram language documentation. Right? The topics will be listed here. So it's a programming language. Of course, Mathematica is a programming language. So you can use loops, that programming structure. Okay, so that thing you can obtain from this here, core language, as a core language. As you can use this for parallel computing also. Okay, and if you want here it will gives you what are all the commands available for data manipulation and analysis, data visualization, like this. Graph. Okay, how to import, how to export your graphs, and these are all the commands for your machine learnings. Okay, so these things are, that blue things are the commands. So commands for neural networks. So if you click that one, it will come. So these are all the commands available for neural networks. Maybe I will show one example how to do that one. So let me go for say optimization, for example. You go for optimization. So these are all the things available. Say if you want to find minimization, maximize, so minimize, maximize. Okay, so if you want to know about this maximize, place the cursor over here, it will show what is the function. More if you want more detail about that one, click on that thing, maximize of f of x comma z. So it will gives how to find the maximization of that function, minimization of the function with the examples. Okay, I will show one that kind of example. Okay, so linear programming or shortest. So yeah, this will be an interesting problem. Okay, so solve a traveling salesman problem. Okay, so find the shortest tour. Okay, so here they have given an example. Yeah, so here they have given an example. What example they have given is what is the shortest way to go to all the countries of the Europe. Okay, so I want to go all the countries of the Europe, then what is the shortest path. They have find out using this example. Okay, so here what they have given, Europe equal to country data Europe. Okay, so let me do it for an Asia. So if you want the shortest path to go for all the countries in Asia. Okay, so let me try. So Europe equal to country data of Europe. Let me copy that one. If you just click, it will copy. I will paste the code here. So instead of Europe, let me take it as an Asia. Okay, so Asia. So country data of Asia. So now Asia will have all the country available in Asia. Okay, so if you look into that Asia, you see that Asia is nothing but the list of countries. Say Afghanistan, Armenia, so these are all the different countries of the Asian continent. And what they have done here, they have taken the position, geo position of each country. Okay, geo position of each one. So geo position is the command to calculate the geo position. So geo position of that country data. Okay, so copy that one. Okay, so I need the geo position of Asian countries, so Asia. Okay, so now POS is nothing but the position, the geographical position of each country. Okay, so POS. H will be in terms of number, latitude and longitudes. Okay, so geo position of 33,35 is the geometrical position of this Afghanistan. Okay, so I have taken the geometrical position of each country. Okay, from where to where. Okay, so from where to where, from where you have to start, where you have to finish. Okay, so let me start from say China, and let us end with Nepal. Okay, so I have to start with China and I have to end with Nepal. They have given for Europe continent. I here I'm trying to make change for Nepal. I think Nepal is in Asia. Yeah, Nepal is there. China is there. Okay. So Nepal, I have to start from China to Nepal. Okay. Not option. Okay, so here I have to change it as Asia. It's not in Europe, so Asia. Okay. So finally, I have to find the shortest path. Okay, so I will take it from yeah. I need to find the shortest path from China to Nepal. Find shortest tour. So this is the position. You have to start from 9, and then you have to go to 43, and then you have to go to 22, and then you have to go to 35. Okay, so these are all the coordinates of each country. Okay, so this will gives you the shortest path, and the total miles you have to travel is 28,997.9 miles. Okay, and if you want this graph, okay, so here is the thing. Stuff Europe is Asia, and I'm moving from China to Nepal. One minute, it's working. Yes. So now this is the charter spot. From China, you have to go for Japan. From here, you have to go. Okay. So now this is the shortest path from China to Nepal. Okay, so like this you can use the examples, and you can what do you say, change accordingly for your needs. Okay, so here the example has been given for an Europe continent. I have changed it to an Asian continent. Okay, so like that you can change. Okay, and this one is very what do you say, very vast thing. Okay, so a lot of comments are there. Okay, and it depends upon your needs, what you want to do. Mathematical functions, calculus, optimization, probability and statistics. Yeah, probability and statistics, discrete math, Boolean computation, higher mathematicals, say tensor algebras, real and complex analysis. So if you look into some of the things, real and complex analysis, probability theory, random process, and of course it is useful for say biological people also. Okay, so somewhere you might have find that one where higher mathematical data. Somewhere I found that thing which is helpful for, yeah, where it is, biomath. Yeah, medical data. Okay, so life science and medicine. You see, you can analyze the gene data. Okay, so if you are having a gene data, then you can analyze that gene data. Okay, and one thing I found interesting is human growth data or fetal growth data. Okay, so let me choose that one, human growth data. So if you give like this, so it will give say human growth data, age is 4 months and gender is female, means it will give what are all the things. Okay, so I will show an example. Human growth data, or what is the syntax, how to use that human growth data. So just the specification. Okay, so what specifications shall I give? Okay, so age equal to, okay, so age age equal to quantity quantity 4 comma say years or months, something like, say if I give it as an year. Yes, 4 years. Okay, so it will give us how a 4 year human should be. So I think some. Yeah. So at the age of 4, the height should be 37 to 41 inch. Weight should be 30 to 40 pounds. So this is pound. The BMI should be like this. And what at the age of 4? Okay, so age when toilet trained, brushes teeth independently, catches a bounced ball. Okay, so this kind of data at the age of 4. What is the human development? Okay, so everything is will be given. Okay, so and what is the milestone? Okay, so if that child at the 4 age can did this thing what I have given here, then it achieves a milestone. Okay, so like that everything has been given. Okay, so like that human growth data or fetal growth data. Yes, say it is fetal growth data. The same thing at the age of it will be in terms of months. Fetal growth will be in terms of months, no? So I will copy this one. So instead of 4 years, it should be 4 months. So what should be the abdominal circumference? What is the amniotic fluid index? Okay. So these things you might have find in the report, in the scanned report. Of course, what is the exact value of those things should be. Okay, so that thing also it is available. Of course, it's not a data. You can work with this data because that's very important. You can store it in another variable and you can work with these data. Okay. So like that, it is helpful for medicine people. Okay, so they can analyze the genes, etc. So plenty of nice topics are here. Okay, so you can just browse through these topics and you can explore by yourself which one is very helpful for you. Okay, it is for available for pure mathematics as well as for let's say engineering data and computation or financial data computation. So if you want to know about the stock markets, blockchains, etc. Okay, so you can analyze with the help of Mathematica, that kind of financial data, financial visualizations, the stocks, prices, like see, candlestick charts, data list to plot, trading charts, interactive trading charts. Okay, so these things will help you. So if you are a trader and if you want to make some decisions on the trades, then you can use this one and you can decision. Okay, okay. So with this introduction, of course, I haven't take anything new. Okay, so it's everything from here only. I hope this will guide you where to start to work with Mathematica. Okay. So and those who are interested persons can start exploring and do your research here. Okay. So any doubts? So if you have any doubts, you can ask. But this online version is very limited. Okay, you can't do much things on this online version. It's very limited. So try to buy a new thing or take a pirated copy. Okay, so maybe you can use it for your own purpose. The pirated copy, and use it, download it, and you can use it. Okay. Okay, so I will stop the presentation here. If you have any doubt, you can ask.
Any queries,
Hello.
students?
Participants, any question? Actually, I wanted to ask you regarding number theory. Then I saw in the
Yes, ma'am.
list.
Yes.
So in higher mathematics list, number theory
Yeah,
also.
number theory is there. I think here in a
Then ask you
higher.
that one.
Yeah, here it
Higher.
is number theory. Okay, so these are all the commands available in in Mathematica for doing the number theory. If you want to know about this one, click on that continued fractions. If you want to know how to use this one, the examples will be given. Basic example is given. Okay, the scopes and their applications are given. Okay, you can explore and you can find it from here.
Yes.
And of course, it's a programming language. You can write a program here. And how to write a program, it's from here. Core language and structure means how to write a loop, looping structures, how to create a list like this.